Hi everyone, this is Rachel with Licking Floss. Thank you for clicking on the video, and I am glad to be here again. Sorry, so soon after my last video. So thank you. So today I have a lot of new starts, one finish, a couple whips, and I might show you some knitting, and then I'll try to wrap it up. So okay. Thank you for being here today. So let's get this exciting new finish out into the world so everyone can see. So this finish is the Gingerbread Village by Country Cottage Needleworks, and it is on 32 count Lugana, Ice Goddess by Fabrics by Stephanie. And I posted this on my Instagram, the finish on my Instagram, but then I realized like 2 hours after I posted it that this greenery wasn't completed, so then I just like wrapped it up and finished it. But so I'm so glad to have this. It's a Christmas in July finish. I have this nice gingerbread man fabric. I was thinking about turning this into a wall hang for Christmas time, and just back it with that gingerbread fabric, and yeah, back it with the gingerbread fabric and hang it on like a rod and put it near the tree. Okay, next I have 8 new starts. I went on a new start kind of kick. I had all these kitted up, and I was like waiting for a moment to like start them, because like I don't know if you do this too, but like a new start should have like a significant date or meaning or whatever, but I just couldn't place these new starts on any significant moment, so I was just like, hey, let me just start these all for during one weekend, and they'll just be started, because just to get them started, because if you don't start it, you can't finish it. And then I posted on Instagram, I was just like, I have all these kitted up, but because I was eager to start something, but I didn't know what to start, and a lot of people were just saying like start it all, and so I did. But now I have 30 whips, 38 whips if you're including my full coverage that I haven't touched in like a year, but I have 30 whips now, non-full coverage whips, and that's a big number, and it's just a number. I'm trying to relax about it. It's just a number. These will get done, they'll be finished, and I'll enjoy working on them. All right, 1 second. Sorry about that. So my first new start is Spring Moon. This is from Plum Street Samplers, and I think this was a Fox and Rabbit. They kind of worked together to create this chart. So I've had this chart for a long time, but it wasn't kitted up, it wasn't anything, but this is my new start on it. There's like a couple days I worked on this, maybe like 2 days, and this is on 28 count Moon Glow by Picture This Plus. And I am converting the weeks for Classic Colorworks. I was at my LNS and I pulled the weeks, and then I try to best match it to the Classic Colorworks. But I like this new start. I think it is gorgeous. Okay, my next new start, let's make it the Blue Flower in Praise of Pollinators. So, sorry, there's just string dangling. There will be a glare, but I think everyone knows kind of what this looks like. And this is on like a 32 count pastel lilac or something like that. And I could have made a little bit more progress on this, but I was missing a DMC color that I just didn't have in the bag, so, and I didn't want to. So yeah, there's a little center bee, and that one just got like a couple hours, or maybe like 1 or 2. And then next one is The Hobbit House by Cottage Garden Samplings. And this fabric. And this one, so I started this one, but I've already messed up somewhere. I have some kind of miscounting. It's, I think this is like a really beautiful green. Yeah. And this green is kudzu. It's a week's fabric. But, so, where I messed up is, oh my goodness, how do I do this? Okay. This darker color and this like rusty brown. There's something messed up in that area. But I'm just gonna have to go back and figure it out somehow. My next new start is the Beaver by Cottage Garden Samplings. It's from their Year in the Woods. And this is on just like just some kind of linen, like a raw linen. And there's my little start. And I think this blue is gonna be gorgeous. 28 count linen. And then my next new, I told you I had like a million new starts. My next new start is Gathering Acorns. It's from the A Time for All Seasons by Cottage Garden Samplings. And I've just always loved this squirrel. And then this one made a ton of progress because it was really easy to do. And this is on like a 14 count Charles Craft printed Ada. And then I just have to go in and fill the squirrel in with this one color, and that'll be easy fill-in. Next is a super small piece. Should be done relatively soon, but I don't know if I'll work on it. But this is the sunflower seed Yesterday Today. Ooh, that's blurry. Anyways, it says never let yesterday fill up today. And I got all the words complete. And I'm doing this one with just a bunch of scrap. Or like trying to stash bus. So it's just a bunch of random floss that I had. And I don't know. Okay, sorry about that. This fabric is Cafe Olay by somebody. I'm not sure. It was like a little scrap, as you can see. So yeah, made some progress with that. And then my last new start is Coffee and Eggs by the Artsy Housewife. And I just love like the funky retroness of this chart. I think it's absolutely wonderful. And this is, sorry about that. Today's just gonna be a day full of distractions. Okay, so Coffee and Eggs, it's great, it's beautiful. And then this is, where did my fabric go? Okay. And I am working on, I'm trying to find the fabric. This is Vintage Country Mocha, 36 count, 1/2. And this is my progress. And I love it. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Very addicting piece to stitch. And that is all my new starts. There's plenty to keep me busy. And now showed you my finishes, my new starts, and now for my, got another new start. Sorry, kind of a new start. This is for the Paula Vaughn Along. I am working on Friendship Quilts. This was a piece that was already stitched on that I've adopted, and I'm gonna finish it. And the other day I was working on this greenery right here, and that's all the progress I've made. I thought I would start with this quilt right here, but that was just a little too much for my brain that late at night that I started it. But so this is like 4 blue greenish DMC colors. And I don't know the fabric. These are DMC colors. It was already pre-floss kitted, I guess. So yeah, I think it's one strand over 2. And then, so the person, I don't know who was working on this beforehand, but the person that was working on it, when I do full crosses with half crosses in a piece, I like to make the legs go in the same way, but the person that worked on this before, their half crosses are going the opposite direction of their second leg of their full crosses. And to make it more difficult for my brain, they make their top leg opposite from the way I make my top legs. So that's just something I have to, I also got a little bit of stuff over here. That's just something, this one might take me a while because that's something I really have to trick my brain into doing, because I had to like restart so many threads so many times because it's the opposite of the way I'm used to doing things. But I'll get there. It just might take me a while. And then my whips. So I've been working on this Autumn Lane Queen City Stitch Retreat piece. I think I finished a lot of this black and this ribbon down here, and I filled in more for face. And it's looking great. This is Oak Crown Studio fabric. I don't remember. It might be 28 count, it might be 32 count, but 2 strands over 2 threads. Okay. Another whip I've been working on is Crafting Owl by Nathnolu on Etsy. And I was filling in this chair. I fixed my mistake that I caused last time. And then I filled in the blanket and then some more of the chair, and then this part goes to a lamp. So yeah. And then I was talking to my friend on Instagram, and they said that they had it's like a crow or a raven that's knitting, and I had to go buy it because they were like, I'm doing both. And I was like, well, I want to do both. So I bought the knitting one, and then I was thinking about doing the raven on this, and then they'd be nice little pairs. And then I was gonna make them into pillows when I was done. Another whip that I have is Sleepy Hollow by Glendon Place. I don't know where you saw it last, but I worked on the tree a little bit more, and I'm working on his cape a little bit more, and this is Krynick. The end pieces. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm gonna say sorry every time I pause. Okay, so this cape has Krynick at the end. So I've been working away on that, working away on the tree. There's a little bit of fudging going on right here in the tree. But it's a tree, so it'll be fine. And this is 32 count, Haunted by Fabrics by Stephanie. And my last whip I have been working on is Raven Quatrain by Long Dong Samplers. This is 14 count oatmeal. And I looked at it today, I think I'm just over 6% finished with this piece. So since you last saw it, I think I've been working on some of this tree and then this raven I started filling in. And then I was gifted Gloriana Silks, and I think the chart says I need like for 14 count 8 or for 14 count I need like 26, 27 yards of a floss to do the goldish filling. And I was gifted some Gloriana, and I might see if I can make that work for the fill-in. So this is gonna be a huge piece. I got this fabric from Joann's going out of business sale, and it was like 12 bucks, and I was like, I was pretty happy about that. Maybe like 10 to 12 bucks. So that is all the stitching I have done in the last couple weeks. Some of my plans are just to keep continuing, focus on some finishing or making progress on like Sleepy Hollow. And then this long dog is really easy to get into. I did buy my what's it called? Midsummer Stitch. I might try to get like the first leg of these X's done, and then during Midsummer Stitch I might just try to finish the X's. So Midsummer Stitch, I might just do the first leg, and then during Midsummer Stitch I might do the second leg. I might try to do some filling on her because I do want to. These are two of the ones that I want to finish this year. And then, and then, so for knitting, I have a baby knit because my family is expecting 3 cousins this year. So I wanted to make something, but I'm not really liking how my bottom rib is looking because in the chart, in the pattern, it didn't say to change to smaller needles. So I was just like, okay, let's see how this goes. But I think I need to go back a couple rows and change to smaller needles because this ribbon is just way too webby for me. So this is, who made this? This is Knitting for Olive. I don't remember the name of the piece, but I have like a dark green with a dark gray, and then that family member is expecting twins, so then I'm gonna make this again with a dark green and a light gray, so they'll be like a little matching set, and it's knitting up fairly quick. I just need to go back and get smaller needles for this bottom ribbing. I thought I'd be able to get away with it because the chart didn't say to switch to smaller needles, but I think it's just good rule of thumb to always switch to smaller needles. I have a pair of socks I'm working on downstairs. That one's just kind of a take and go piece. Like, I just keep it in my bag all the time, just whenever I need a pair of socks. This other knit I have going is My Favorite Things Knitwear sweater number 29, and I have one strand of wool and one strand of alpaca. Oh, that's the wrong side. Going. So this is a saddle shoulder. This is the first time I'm ever making saddle shoulders, and then this piece is the back piece. And then currently I am making increases for the underarms. I haven't touched this in a little bit, but because the increases require a little bit more attention too, then I could keep my mind on right now. I'm just kind of right now looking for a really easy stitch and go, either like knitting stitching or cross stitching, easy to do, mindless stitching. I think I don't know if I'm forgetting anything. I think that's everything. Oh yeah, also for Midsummer Stitch, I do want to pull out my Cherry Magpie. I think that would be great because JetX Stitch is like a main speaker or presenting speaker or focused person, and they designed that chart, so I do want to pull that out during Midsummer Stitch. All right, I think that's everything for today. Everyone have a good everyone have a good day. All right, bye.